It's a battle of the X-Force, as X-Force Deadpool is taking on X-Force Wolverine, and some version of Doc Ock, but we don't know which one yet. First, Wolverine. This is the 4-star version. He's a green, black, and yellow user. And again, we're looking at my Ascended 5-star version. Alright, X-Force. This is his green ability, cost 8. It deals damage, so just ignore this damage here, because this is again Ascended 5-star damage. But he destroys 15 tiles in 3 different 3x3 X-shaped patterns, dealing triple match damage for each, and obviously this doesn't generate AP. Surgical Strike is his black ability that costs 11. It destroys every tile in the enemy team's strongest color. It deals damage per tile, and it reduces the enemy's AP in that color by 10. And then finally, Recovery is his yellow ability that costs 6. It places a 3-turn yellow countdown tile that true heals Wolverine back to full health. That's what it does at level 5, or near about full health. And then if the countdown tile happens to be matched, then Wolverine will destroy 9 random tiles, dealing damage per tile, and this doesn't generate AP. His affiliations for all those that care: Heroes, X-Men, kinda obvious, Mutants, Weapon X, Enhanced, and fan favorite for all those that care. Alright. Deadpool, Uncanny X-Force. Let me see here, because I said I was gonna do this here as a thumbnail for the pit for my alright, cool deal, because that's gonna be my thumbnail for this video here. It's kind of terrible, but it'll work. Alright, X-Force Deadpool is a red, black, and purple user, and we are going to look at all of his skills and abilities real quick as I'm just scanning to see if I can use any other boosts. Alright, Out of Bullets. This is his red ability that costs 13. It deals 14. No, excuse me. If at a non-ascended levels, yeah, it would do 14,000 or 13,000 and some change. But nah, this does 41,000 or 23 damage to the target, and it heals Deadpool for 24,608. X Enforcer is his passive ability. If an ally takes at least 10,020 damage, again, the thresholds will be a whole lot lower for the 4-star version. Then he creates a 1-turn countdown tile that's on black, and it happens to deal 20,678 retaliatory damage. Higher levels, more damage. And then finally, countdown for what? Sorry, I had to do it. So Deadpool will create 6 5-turn countdown tiles on the enemy's strongest colors. In Wolverine's case, it will have to be green. The tiles don't do anything, but if they happen to be matched by either us or the opponent, they'll do 13,234 damage to the person that's on the enemy team. That's per tile. So if you happen to get a match 3 and all the tiles happen to be countdown for what tiles, then it'll go 13, 13, 13 to the target. But then if the countdown tiles reach 0, then they just fizzle out. His affiliations, or their affiliation for all those that care: Heroes, X-Men, Team Iron Man, Weapon X, Enhanced, and Fan Favorite for all those that care. So for this one here, we're gonna roll with the Love Unlimited, and then we'll do the standard X-Force later. Alright, our strategy against Wolverine, very simple. Deny black. We really don't want X-Force to go off. Now granted, or excuse me, we don't want Surgical Strike to go off. If X-Force goes off, that's okay. We can get enough red and, you know, chop Wolverine in half, and I use chop in air quotes. And that should help us win the fight. Alternatively, if we don't get enough red for us to be out of bullets, we can always use countdown for what, match those green tiles, and drop Wolverine that way. Again, that's the strategy. We'll see how things work. So we're looking here at Wolverine. Again, 6,000 damage there, 942, and then recovery heals for 33, 43, and then 477 that way. So it'll, I ain't gonna say it'll fully heal Wolverine, but it'll come pretty close. Or we could just do that. One match and Wolverine's down. Oh. Alright. Thanks, Alliance, as always, for playing. Wow, a measly 250 ISO 8. Anyway. Dr. Octopus. Blue, black, and green user. I got a brain fart even though I'm literally looking at the colors. Alright, since he's a cheating 555, we'll look at it from 5. Manipulation is his blue ability that costs 11. Swap 16 pairs of random tiles, destroying all swap strike attack or protect tiles, and dealing damage for each tile destroyed. Luckily for us, we don't have any strike attack or protect tiles. Insult to injury, on the other hand, this is gonna mess us up a little bit. So this costs nothing, it's passive. So whenever his team makes a match or destroys a tile that includes any type of enemy special tile, you add 2 black attack tiles on the board, or just 2 attack tiles on the board in general. And finally, Armed and Dangerous is his green ability that costs 10. So you choose 2 basic blue, black, green, or yellow tiles. If you choose, for each black tile, you steal 3 green AP. For each blue tile, you stun a random enemy for 3 turns. For a green tile, you deal damage to the enemy team. And then for every yellow tile, you empower a random strike, attack, or protect tile by the listed amount. Alright, and his affiliations for all those that care: Villain, Sinister Six, Team Iron Man, Geniuses, and Technologists. Alright, this fight here might be a little bit anticlimactic too. Well, the one thing we don't want Dr. Octopus to do is get his green off. If he gets his green off, he has a random chance of stunning us, and that might be a problem. If he gets blue, cool, whatever. If he matches our countdown for what tiles, so what? We'll be doing damage to him because of that there. So let my master do the talking from this point forward, and hopefully it'll take 30 seconds. Okay, I didn't keep track of it. I don't know if it's 30 seconds or not. It might have been. Somebody will do it in the comments. Did I do it in under 30 seconds? If I did, cool. Alright, Ascended Deadpool. Now, again, your Deadpool probably won't be doing some of the shenanigans that mine did, as far as matching tiles and doing all that jazz. Now, who to pair him up with? Anybody that likes to destroy special tiles. So Jane Foster Thorpe, that's a pretty good option there, especially for the countdown for what. What we used to do cheekily back in some PvE or PvP events, we would bring in a character such as Okoye, somebody to well, that dealt team damage. So if you were facing off against, I don't know, a Mega Red, or who was the other character that was big up on stuff in PvP. But anyway, you would bring in Okoye, you bring in X-Force, Deadpool, and you just bring in somebody else just as your primary damage dealer. And then you would set X-Force's black ability to 5, and I guess you could set his red to 3. You could do that there. So every time that one of your teammates took damage, and it happened to be Okoye and she was out in front, the X-Enforcer would activate, create that 1-turn countdown tile, and then just do a brick ton of damage. Now with X-Force Deadpool being ascended, or at least mine is, then that strategy there's kind of out of the option, or out of the question, I should say. But anybody that can, generate purple for your countdown for what? Anyone that can generate red to boost up your out of bullets, that's always a good thing. As far as the comic book recommendation, well, since this is Uncanny X-Force Deadpool, yeah, pretty much read the Rick Remender run. That's pretty much what I'm gonna advocate for X-Force Wolverine to just read Uncanny X-Force. Alright. The next crash is gonna be with Jubilee. Now, luckily for me, this one here, she won't be ascended, so it'll be a normal crash to the Titans. Let's see here. Fantastic Fifth, we'll talk about that momentarily. The Friends of Forever, you saw that token there pop up. This store here pretty much involves anybody that happens to be a best friend to somebody. In Rose's case, hers is her husband Gambit. Wolverine, I don't know who he's best friends with. I guess Deadpool, but that's for the on again, off again. Melinda May, Agent Coulson, Power Man, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and then his partner, Jessica Jones. Spider-Man, Human Torch or darn near anybody in the Marvel universe that's not actively trying to do stuff to him. Kamala Khan, hers is Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, I should say Carol, I guess, or Miles. Storm, again, hers could be T'Challa, could be Wolverine, whatever. Falcon, Steve Rogers. Magic, her brother, I guess. And then is that Jeffrey? Or yeah, that's Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I guess it's Goose, I guess. And then your random assortment of stuff that's up in here. Legendary token. I mean, if you needed the shards for Storm and Kamala Khan, go for it. The Fantastic Four Vault this year's still going on. Choose a character that is loosely associated with the Fantastic Four, and you'll get something. Let's see here. Now we'll talk about the Friends and Frenemies Vault. In order to get a token with this year, you have to or that's the Fantastic Four Stars Vault. Huh? Okay. Whatever. The Fantastic Four Stars quest this year's going on right now. All these here involve you using Ascended 5-star versions of particular Fantastic Four characters. Human Torch, our good friend Jim Hammond, the android, Invisible Woman, Reed Richards, and the Thing, and then you get tokens for the Fantastic Four Stars Vault, which for some reason it isn't there. I guess it's supposed to be the Friends and Enemies Vault. I don't know. There's the Fantastic Four Seasonal Vault, and that's the Friends of Forever. And this is the Fantastic Four Vault, but you can easily buy out that there. Anyway, so from this vault here, you get Monica Rambeau, Agent of Saber, which I already have this costume. Night Monkey, or the stealth suit from Spider-Man. Ascended 2-star of Iron Man and Spider-Man Original. 10,000 ISO 8 legendary token. 250 hero points for your favorite. Shards for your favorite 5-star character. A Classic Legends Vault. 200 shards for your favorite 4-star, and then the smorgasbord of mighty tokens. Let's see, is there anything else that's worth looking at? Alright, the second storm. We'll look at that there real quick. Alright, second storm, you get an opportunity, a 1 in 7 chance approximately, of getting coverage for Silver Surfer, Shang-Chi, and then the newest 5-star Nova. Now, if I wasn't in horde mode, yeah, I would take a good chunk of my CP and just try and get Shang-Chi max championed out, because he's not that far away. If I happen to get Silver Surfer and Nova covers, that'd be fantastic. But we will wait until Frankie is in the latest Legends store that is worth unloading the horde from. Because as you saw, so we got 500, 558 there, plus another. Oh, we haven't even made it to 50% yet. I'll put it that way, because I've been doing the calculations on my cell phone. So I got 398 pulls as far as CP goes, and if I divide that by 1800, well, okay, we're now about halfway, or at least I'm about halfway, 53% to the 1800. Though I could probably do some stuff about getting folks favorited and yada yada yada, but that's gonna be boring talk, and y'all need to go. We'll be back at it again Monday, hopefully, with the Crash and Titans Jubilee. Till then, be excellent to your fellow human beings. Until then, peace.